Hi guys, welcome back to Caramia's Corner. Join me today for a flip through of my third Vintage Beauty Story Series journal. Last time you met Sylvia and Eleanor, say hello today to Marion. So this journal will be available in my Etsy shop as soon as this video goes up, and I'll have the listing down below so you'll see all the fun details. It is a single signature journal, pretty chunky, and it is super fun filled. I had so much fun making it. It took me quite a while. I've been really busy lately, but let's get to it. For our closure, we have this faux fur boa, and then what I've done is I've added and repurposed some of the broken jewelry vintage jewelry that I got from the jewelry jars that I've thrifted. We have this beautiful rhinestone, and there are missing gems because it is a junk journal, so it's still very beautiful though. I love the shine on that. And then we have this little bow. It's a remnant, kind of like a tulle fabric that I've sewn onto the boa. So this one has a little bit of weight, so I would take that out. You can definitely slide it out, and this is what your closure looks like. And let's have a look at the cover. It is a fabric cover, and we have some ruffled tulle with some teardrop pearl trim. I've also put the tulle on the spine to cover the stitching, and we have some of this soft little floral trim there. And here's again a look at how chunky this journal looks right here. Let's have a look inside. Her journey begins. She is born in New Orleans to a family of musicians. So you'll see that the inside cover is music and also educators. And then you'll see this beautiful shimmery paper and some flowers. She loves flowers. And inside we have this beautiful pocket. It's like an eyelet pocket in here. I love what it says here. The sentiment on this card is beautiful. She's got a head full of dreams and a heart full of wonder and hands that can shape the world. This is again a repurposed vintage earring. I think it's super cute. I love the color. And I shall introduce our muse, Marion. She is a librarian. Here is her initial, the letter M, and that's why you see the library card. She's a librarian by day and a torch singer at night. So she sings at the jazz clubs in the evening. Here is a little writing booklet. We have some lace, some music notes. And here is our beautiful muse, Marion, here carrying her books. Look at that smile. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you can also flip this way if you would like. Write the date when you start this journal, and put that we have this vintage looking library card. This is the back side, so you can write there as well. I have some fabric that I use for our card binding. So that is our first pocket, and we have our card. Writing space here. We have some graph here. She was born in New Orleans, so we have a map of New Orleans. And early on in her life, she was introduced to music. Her father was a piano player and loved to sing. Her whole family loved to sing. So music was always in her family. Her great-grandmother was one of the first to join a reading club and women's club. And so she was a great influence on Marion in terms of education and loving books and reading. And here is a cute little journaling card that you can use. I've zigzag stitched it. It says follow your heart. And then we have the music paper here that you can put or use as a photo mat. So I have a little pocket that I've created here, little tuck spot. More writing spaces. I tried to create as many for your documenting. And here are some of her favorite songs that she sings at the nightclub. We have some pages, some ledger paper, and then we have this little belly band. It has her initials, letter M for Marion, and her last name is Knight, so there's a letter K. And so she initially lived in New Orleans, and in her adulthood she moved to Chicago and continued to sing there. One of the actresses that she admired so much was Sheila Gaius. So here is a photo of her, a really gorgeous picture. So you see it in her journal. She also loved flowers. And then here is a vintage photo of some of her friends. And again, this is a fictional tale, so this is purely for your entertainment. You can journal here. We have a music little notepad here that you can write on. And then beautiful vintage lace, digital there. And then we have our doily page here. It says the best times, some vintage sari silk. And here is another repurposed little faux pearl little earring. Here is a photo of her older brother Thomas and his wife Gladys. And then here we have this beautiful, almost like a gardenia. She also loved Billie Holiday. And then we have some of this heart trim. This was taken on their wedding. We have a little paper bag pocket, and you can pull that out, journal on this side or on the postcard side. We have some stationery, some coffee dyed themed paper. Another favorite singer of hers is Sarah Vaughan, and one of her favorite songs too was Someone to Watch Over Me. We have a photograph of her younger sister, and this is Dina. So Dina was named after her mother, whose first name is Dinah, and their father's name is Thomas. So her older brother is Thomas Jr. More of our journaling spaces here. Some cute little jewelry dangle on this side with a bulb pin. And then when you flip it over, beautiful Maggie Holmes paper, some velvet trim, and some of this like almost lace crocheted trim, some tea-dyed paper. And of course she loved Louis Armstrong. So here is a photograph of them. We have some of our music scrapbook paper, beautiful journaling spot on front and back with a little trim pull. And this is again an old pair of earrings that I have used as a little embellishment there. We have more pages here, beautiful flowers there to write on. This one is a little pocket. We have a little collage and it says memories, and when you pull this out you can use this as a photo mat and then write on the back. We have vintage music sheet on the back there and some beautiful flowers and some zigzag stitching. On the flip side we have this cute little trim pull with this beautiful, this one's a piece that I got from Hobby Lobby, but I love it. It looks vintage themed to me, so I added that, and it kind of goes with the blue colors of the postcard. So blue is also one of her favorite colors, and you can definitely journal on the back here. We have a belly band and we have some postcards on there, so you can definitely use that to keep some of your keepsakes, some of the vintage theme paper. This is a music sheet that says novella. We have a ledger page here, and you can definitely attach items here and make it an extension or list and write. More music sheets. This is a tea dye, and I think it was blackberry, but this was really fun to use. And then we have some yellow writing legal pad. We have a cute little envelope. When you flip it, you'll find a little postcard that you can write on, and another paper, another sheet that you can write on. Then here you can use this maybe as a photo mat, a collaging part. You can flip open and write on this coffee dyed little graph paper. And here we have a little vintage digital envelope that I had made into a pocket. We have a velvet little trim pull with some old button that I used. You can create collaging, and then you can write and document on the back. And again, we have hints of blue in there. So I'm going to put that back in our pocket. And then we have lots of writing spaces, so you will have so much fun documenting in here. We have also vintage image of some 1920 flapper girls, and it says remember. Beautiful teal and gold kind of art deco background paper and some lace. And then we have some of this little broken jewelry dangle here in gold. And then you can journal here as well. There's some beautiful vintage trim. Here is a gorgeous necklace. This is actually a wearable one. It is a little small on the neck, but I'd sewn it in with some gold thread. So if you decide you want to take it off, you can just cut off the thread somewhere here and here and here, and you can wear it. It's almost like a choker like, but I have a feeling it might have been a little girl's necklace or something, because it's really tiny. Even with the extender, I thought it was a small necklace. And then we have this old earring that I've attached to the little clip there, and I thought it was really pretty. It almost has like a mother pearl in there. So we have that little map. And on the center of our signature, I've created a pocket. We have a writing space here. For our little dangle, we have the Tim Holtz Shine Like the Stars, and a little music little dangle here with some faux pearls. And then when you pull this out, you have a little scrappy notebook with lots of space to write on. A beautiful postcard with some of Marion's favorite colors, and this is what that looks like, and it says lovely, so I thought that was really pretty. And then here we have more of our music sheet, another gorgeous picture of 1920s flapper girls. We have some grid paper on the back, and Dinah, this is a song, and again that's Marion's mom's name. On the flip side, we have one of her favorite artists, Duke Ellington, here with his band. We have a little musical note here, and then we have some of that beautiful soft trim. There is some gold wax that I've put on top of this music sheet, and I love that. So here is that beautiful paper. You can put a photograph. More writing spaces, another music sheet here. So much space to write on. I mean, this will be fun to document your summer. And then we have this little ticket, and I put the number 3 Brad because it is the 3rd of my vintage story journal series, so I thought that was the number I would pick. But this is tearaway tickets, so you can tear them up and assign them to your other book pages. And then when you pull this out, we have some of this wild berry tea-dyed cheesecloth that I've used as our little closure with a little bow, and tons of, again, writing spaces for you to write on. Little pocket. On the next page, we still have some music sheet here, more writing spaces. One of her favorite actresses as well was the glamorous Dorothy Dandridge. So we have a little collage here, beautiful photograph, and it says Simply Divine. On the flip side, we have a little pocket here. You can definitely write on top of this. We have a journaling card with this bridge playing card, and then it's a little tuck spot with some of these pieces that you can write on. We have a vintage book page underneath with some flowers, and so this one says don't forget. It's like a little note sheet while you were away, and it says be yourself, and then beautiful gold foil scrapbook paper on the back, perfect for pictures and collaging. Got that pocket, beautiful flowers, coffee dyed guest check, and here is another one of the tickets, the tearaway tickets. So you can, they're actually stickers. I think they're stickers, so you can take them apart and use them. We have a little cute journaling card here with the date, and some books. And here is a cute little library card. Little label here with some flowers, some tea-dyed paper. Here is the Maggie Holmes paper in old pink hair barrette, and then some of our cheesecloth, tea-dyed cheesecloth there. Here's a little, I reused some of the packaging and for this tag. It's like a little journaling spot with some washi. You can journal and put pictures here. It says life is good, and you can write here. We have a little dog ear fold here on our paper, did some inking over there, and then this is a digital of some vintage kind of like a runner fabric, and some of this crocheted lace. This paper was actually printed on linen paper, so you'll feel that there's texture on it. And here's another side of some pressed, dried flowers. More writing. We have a cute little pocket here. Now this was gifted to me by my super sweet crafty friend Dale from Not Too Shabby Chic. So I thought this was perfect because it was music. And this is like an old library music book, like a little index card. And then I went ahead and shared a couple more of those in the pocket. You have this little card that you can also journal on, and then you can just file it back in or tuck it in. We have our cheesecloth there, and on the flip side we have a little cute little dangle flower, resin floral here. And we have, this is an acetate little overlay sheet with butterflies and doily. We have a journaling card. And so Marion had opened some of the shows for one of her idols, Hazel Scott. So here's a photo of her, and then we have that beautiful digital lace trim underneath there. So this is your little journaling card. We have more of our library card. Marion loved, one of her most favorite things was to read to children and teach them how to read. And so aside from singing, educating children and adults as well was one of her most favorite things, and she was very passionate about it. We have our, I believe these are pansies, and I thought this vintage brooch, or it was a broken piece from, I believe it was a brooch. There are some missing rhinestones, but you'll see the beautiful colors of purple and pink and that yellow match that beautiful image here of our flowers. Then we have some of this trim and more writing spots here. So, and while Marion lived in Chicago, she did make a lot of good friends, and one of them was Sid, who was a bass player. And so at that time they had these autograph books. Here is a beautiful just little belly band with some of the faux pearl and the florals. And so here is a little snippet of her autograph book. And Sid had written some beautiful pieces. She has a lot of artistic friends as well. And they fell in love with each other and got married. So here is what he wrote back then. And I thought it was so beautiful. So I'll put a picture of it up close so you can see. And one of her best friends, who happens to be also another librarian and an educator, is Ruth. So Ruth actually studied engineering, and she had signed this here for her. So here is an image of one of her best friends, Ruth. So this is that little cute little tuck spot that you can use, little autograph book, and you can also definitely write underneath. So Marion and Sid got married, and singing was definitely something she enjoyed, but more than anything she loved to teach. And so Ruth and her had started one of their first schools for adult learning and teaching and taking care of adults and teaching them to have literacy programs in place. So that was something she continued to do throughout her life. But music was definitely still very evident because she continued to teach part-time piano to her students. And here we have more journaling cards that you can write on. You can put photos here. This has some texture on it. You can put the tuck it in there. And then we have another one here. So that's what that looks like. And then this one is a greeting card with some flowers. So you can definitely write in here. And if you extend it, you can definitely create collages and create photo mats. And then here are some of the other songs she loved. I'll Be Seeing You, some pressed flowers. We have a journal card here, and you can see it was in the 40s. And then we have a music sheet. And then the back, we have this beautiful scrapbook paper. Love the color on that, the music sheet. And this eyelet lace, and I have my maker's mark signature here. And this is the back. So that is our Vintage Beauty Story series, and this is Marion's journal. I'll also be gifting a little notebook here that I love how it says write your own story, and that's what journaling is all about, documenting moments in our lives and writing our own stories. So I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through of Marion's Vintage Beauty Story Journal. I'll also be adding a few gifts to this journal. I wanted to share some of these vintage jewelry that I'll be including with this journal set. And in addition, I always love to add a little packet or envelope filled with some extras like stickers, journaling cards, and vintage ephemera that you can use for your journaling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through. Thanks again for watching Cara Corner. See you next time. Bye.